Hello, tricky lady. Welcome in. Just sitting down, getting ready. Give me a few seconds. Because I need to spam some Discord channels. Really? Yeah. The thing is that I'm streaming on YouTube as well. So if I put it there, it's going to become an issue. And I don't know how to mute the audio for YouTube. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. As I said, I'm spamming other Discord servers. Is there? Oregon, hello, how are you? Welcome in. How's the music producing life? In the game as well, right? I'm a little late today because I had to go to the farm. Okay. And boom. There's myself. With my face. So how are you all doing? Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Hope everything is working as expected because there was an upgrade on OBS. And so I simply updated everything and hope everything is working. There's a first command I've been lurking. No first command. Tricky lady just created up. All right, let me see what we have here. Okay, so there is nothing to pull. Cinespatic pushed some changes. And my focus today is to work on this thing here. Let's take a quick look. So now we are able to equip a weapon. So yesterday, and this affects my damage. Right, so when it's not going to show anything, so that's what I'm going to do now. Because now you can use a weapon and the stat change is correctly applied. So you see it updated your stats. So if I unequip the item, everything go back to what it was before. Here we go. Now, besides that, what I need to do is I need to show the damage, the weapon damage. And Tricky Lady, you were here when I made that mistake, remember? And it was such a simple thing. It was such a silly mistake that I made. And it's not like it took me 2 hours to figure out. Okay. So the problem is we have the base damage of the player, right? Which is this 20 thing here. So this is, wait, is this the base damage? We have the player, what is the damage? 10, ooh, oh, max damage 20. What? Why do you have a max damage and a damage? It was, let me show you. I think it was in the inventory. No, not this. Tree here. No, where was it? Oh shit, where was it? Where was it? Oh, in the character panel. There we go. So on the final function here, you see when the player levels up, I grab the copy attributes and blah blah blah, and fill in the label so it shows everything as expected. So what I was missing was first using the copy, because when we use this screen, everything that I do here, I'm doing on a copy of the resource, right? Until I confirm. So when I confirm, I just send that to the real resource. So I had to reload the copy into the main one, and I had a few lines here that I have added previously for debugging purposes, and I completely forgot about them, and they were zeroing out some properties. That's why I was leveling up, and this was going 10 and never going beyond 10, and level was going to 2 and then back to 1 because it was resetting everything. So yeah, it was a silly mistake. I forgot debug lines and I wasn't refreshing the resources as I should. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. So we have the max damage and the damage. And so hit on the character panel. Let's go back there. Oops. I think that the mistake was mainly because I did a few things in a rush. And that's when things sucks. Let's go damage level, damage value. What is this damage value? There we go, there we go. Oh, I'm using the max damage. Why do we have a max damage and a damage? Should we have a max damage and a damage? Right? That's weird. Is it being used? Bullet max damage. Okay. Yes, I think you're correct. Because I have the max damage, but I randomized that. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, that's correct. So I don't need the wait a second, because you're 100% correct. The damage is a range, that range from half the max damage, which is the max is 20, so it goes a random number between 10 and 20, so it finds one and then boom. And then if the random value is the max, then we say it's a critical damage. This is a node code that I created for the first version of the game. Yes, you are on fire, Tricky Lady. That's exactly it. So what I'm thinking of, I'm always using the base damage, and I might be wrong, but I don't think we're using the damage itself. Yes, we are not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this damage and rename this one damage. Boom. I don't think it should break. Had to go to stuff. No worries. I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? I asked you earlier, how is the music producing life? I know you're not a music producer, at least I think you're not, but you create music, so that's very fun. Okay, let's see if there are by any chance any max damage somewhere. That bullet, okay. It can be that. Okay, I have to change the resource. Enemy attributes, okay. Enemy attributes. Max damage increment, it's totally fine. We can fix that now. Hello, Sinisper, welcome in. How are you doing? damage increment. There we go. The enemy, that's okay. The bullet, it does have a max damage. So I think everything is okay. Retired but doing alright, good. My dad gave me heaps of cameras from family members. Some of them are worth a few $100s. Nice! That's very interesting. My son asked me for a camera, but no recording, just pictures. He asked me for one, but then when he showed me on an online store, it's extremely expensive. But he's into photography. He likes taking pictures. He takes pictures of planets. We have a small telescope, so the pictures are not good. But when he disappears from our house, we know that he's in the backyard taking pictures. It's amazing. Isn't one like for? Yeah, it's very expensive. No, it wasn't a Polaroid since banning. Thankfully, it would be insane. Yes, it was a Canon, that the one he picked. Yeah. But that's a no. I cannot afford that. It's very expensive. The first yawn of the day, and that's without dissing. Oh, that expensive. I told him that we could maybe get some money to buy a new telescope, a better one. I showed him one of those telescopes which you just type in the whatever you want to see, and it finds its way on the sky and aims. Like you go Mars and then it aims at Mars and it stays there. Because ours is manual, so you have to constantly correct the position because of rotation. But with this one, you just type it and it automatically follows the planet. It's amazing. Very nice. And it takes pictures. I've got two Canons, but I don't have a battery charging for one of. But that's easy to find, right? That's easy to find. I believe. The telescopes are super. Yes. As I said, our telescope is very simple, so it's because they are expensive. But my son took a picture, but it looks like I don't know, like a smudge. Is that how you say? Smudge on the lens. But we know it's not because we were there, so we took the picture. Then you see, but it's like cloudy. We did that on the Orion Nebula. Yeah, it's amazing. Not hard to find, the annoying part is still 8. Yeah, that's true. My favorite nebula, I don't have a favorite. I think all of them are beautiful. But the one that I can see with naked eyes, not again with the telescope, is the Orion one. It's amazing. Elephant trunk, yeah. What always amazes me, like we see a picture and oh, it's big. It's not big, it's immensely, absurdly huge. You have the, I forgot the name, it's horse something. Yeah, this one, horse head. It's amazing how big it is. Let me see if I can. The day I remember I watched a YouTube video on it, and I don't think it's this one. Yeah, there she is. And it's immense. Yes. Let's see if it says something. No, I want to see the size. Like there was this video I watched Oh, this is amazing. Let me show you. But there is one. Oh man, that shows like the size, like a perspective. What would planet Earth look like inside this nebula? And it's, you go like, what the hell? Really? It's amazing. Look at this. And these dots we see are stars, right? Like the sun or something similar. Imagine the size of this thing. It's scary as hell. Yeah, it shows remarkable what? Remarkable depth. Where? Anyway, I'm not gonna make this like an astronomy streaming. Yeah, and it's amazing how. Yeah, to me, the universe fascinates me. I'm always was amazed by that. I see a Grim Reaper walking from the shadow. He didn't get the eclipse in Brazil. No. You should have gone to America to watch it, to observe. So I was checking the damage. Yeah, okay. So now what we do is we need to display that. Let me see if Sinisperi drew where we should display the. Okay, so the damage is here, so I'm assuming we're going to. Sinisperi, are you still there? Are you alive, my friend? Yes, thank you for staying there and saving my butt. So I have another question. So when we equip the weapon, right? Then I'm using this now is a placeholder, but I'm using the scaling anger S, which then increases the damage. So that increase in damage should come here, right? As a total damage, the base damage and the resulting damage of the weapon scaling, correct? And it has nothing to do with the burning effect, the stun effect. What? What do you want me to see here? Is it an image that I should be looking for, or? For the weapon, there is a region. There's a reach and POW. What is reg? And what is POW? Oh, my nose, I'm really sorry. Regular and power. So it's the player's base damage is the regular. Okay. Power attack is your control left mouse button. Oh, wait a second. Don't go, don't go. Don't go away. No, of course I do not remember. You know me well enough to know that I have like a fish memory. So where am I going to apply the scaled? God, I think I should remember that, but I honestly do not. I'm very confused. Yes, yes. So that's the base damage. Right, when I attack the enemy with this point. This is the base damage causing 10 or whatever the value is. Oh shit, it's applying burning. Ooh, that is a bug. If I press Ctrl and click, it shows the burst attack. When we attack with the weapon, we also attack by pressing the left mouse. Yes. And then we are going to add a right left mouse to the weapon attack. Let me write down this bug. I forget why you're typing. After equipping a weapon, what is it named? The special effect is not being removed. See your message seems better, but just let me write this down before I forget. So it's a bug in code. There we go. Nice. Okay. So the regular attack thing in the picture is the total damage you're gonna have when you equip it. And the power thing is the damage you are doing with the weapon when you press Control left mouse button. Okay, so we don't have, so the regular damage in this case is going to be what is calculated here, right? Because we're using the base damage of the weapon. And there's so many types of damage, it's driving me crazy. Let me write this down. Let me quickly do this. I'm really sorry. Because I'm not sure what OBS is going to show, and it cannot show work stuff. Okay. Oh my crap. Let me write down this because I'm very, very confused about all this. These types of attacks. So many damage. There's a base damage, a power damage, a static damage, a violent damage, this damage, that. Jesus Christ. It's hard for my brain to follow. So let's talk about the player damage, please. So on the player damage, we have let's call base damage, right, for the player. Okay, which is in the attributes. Okay. So this is something like, I don't know, let's say 10, right? this is the player's base damage. So this thing here can level up, right? Okay, this one I understand. Good. So this is the base damage of the player. So this base damage happens when the player, the basic shooting ability. Okay. This is this thing. All right. Okay. We have this. Now we have the weapon damage. Okay, so this is the one that I display here on the screen. And this will only be changed, updated, when I level up. No weapon will change this, correct or not correct? Will the base damage of the player be updated by other weapons? Yes or no? Base damage of the player is displayed in the character sheet. Okay. Will this be affected by outside sources? No. Okay. So this is going to be the same thing. It only changes when you increase hope. When you do this, then your base damage increases. Only level up. Good. Okay. I won't touch this. Perfect. Good. So this is now in my brain. I just tattooed it to my brain. Now let's go to the weapon. So the weapon is a different beast, because the weapon has a special damage, right? And in here, the strengthen, yes, like burn, freeze, stun. No, because that is another type of damage. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, Tricky Lady. The damages that the weapon has. So I can give names that make sense in my brain. So it has the special damage, which is the burn, the freezing. This is working and great. The weapon also changes the stats, which can affect the player character sheet, which is fine. Now we have the scaling, right? So I am going to call that scale damage for now, until Cinespread Articulate tells me what is the correct name. And now this is where my brain is breaking. Because I see with the stat changes is your idea, by the way. Oh, this? Wait a second, am I making up stuff? Oh, but look at this. You're changing the HP. You're changing the stamina. Did I get this completely wrong? Which one? Yeah, but okay, it doesn't matter. So the memento will change the stat, right? Because that's this works for the item itself. I'm using it on the weapon because we have weapons. Okay, okay, not a problem. Not a problem. The thing is the item. It's just because it happens that I apply that to a weapon because that's the only one we have for now. But we do have stats changing, right? So when we create a weapon here, so we come here and then we can go. The skin is what I'm working on. So we can come here to the stats and remove everything. Just fine. Okay, okay. But other items will. So that's totally fine. As I said, I just added it here because that's the item we have on this thing that we're playing with, right, on this level. It's just to see that it's being affected. But the stat change of the weapon, item, memento, whatever, is going to affect the character sheet. Right? Again, I just did that to the weapon because that's the one we have for now. Is that okay? I didn't get ads. Nice. Yeah, that Donkey Kong game show. Sure, I understand that, I totally understand that. But other items will. What I'm trying to tell you is that I'm doing on the weapon because that's what we have here. Because I didn't want to have one item for each thing that I wanted to test. So I test everything here. It's easier. You see the stun gun also has a... Okay, got it. Nice. So the item stats will affect the character sheet. That's the thing. And this is working already. Very good. So the stats changes will affect the player, right? So if I equip or consume something that changes my hope, it will then increase my damage, right? My base damage. Okay, so back to the weapon scaling thing. Okay, so we have the scaling, and assuming that the scaling on this weapon is using anger and is scaling it to the S factor. I don't know what that is. I still need to add the requirement. So let's ignore the requirement for now because it requires 12 anger, suppose. So only if you have 12 points in anger, you can use this weapon with this given scale effect. Okay, so I'm using the scale, and according to the calculation, we change the base damage to the stat damage plus base damage below the calculation. It's like a level. Yeah, exactly, tricky lady. So this thing here is changing the base scale, and I don't think I made this up. I think this came from this, see? You return the stat base damage, the weapon base damage, scaling multiplier. So you go to the stat damage, which is the base damage of the user, see? And then you add that the weapon base damage, and then you use your multiply scaling. So we are changing, well, at least now you're using the base damage of where the stats is the user information. If base damage will change, it will reapply the scaling. Yes, yes, but and where will we use this return? But you do use the base damage of the player. And you return that. I remember we talked about it on the player, right? So when the player equips the weapon, We pass in the damage of the player and then assume it returns, right? Oops, wrong keyboard layout. What do I do with the result of the scaling? Where will that number be? Okay, and where will that be? That will change the weapon damage. Because the weapon has a damage, right? Where is it? Here. So that's going to change the base damage of the weapon. So that's why I'm saying we're going to change the base damage of the weapon. Base damage of weapon stays. Oh, fuck me. I'm super confused. Ugh. And I'm so confused. You have no idea. But I promise you, I'm trying to understand it. So we don't change anything. Okay. We don't touch. The weapon or the item we create will be as it was created. Right? We create the item, we don't touch it anymore. It is what it is. But then we're going to calculate this magic number that we have here. And boom! This is the damage the player is going to cause. Okay. So we need to store this somewhere. Right? Like a final damage. So okay, this is the damage the player is causing while this weapon is equipped. Raw damage. Thank you for the name. Let me write this down. Okay, okay. So what I did here is probably wrong. Oops. What you did is correct. What I did here is wrong because I'm changing the base damage of the weapon, which is incorrect. So we need to have some sort of, as you said, I'm not sure if this is going to be correct here, but raw damage, just so I don't lose track of anything. So then we're going to say the raw damage is this. Now, when we attack with that weapon, I'm not going to use the base damage because the base damage is used just for calculations. I'm going to use the raw damage, which is the final calculated value, considering everything. Okay, the raw damage, the only defense to raw damage will be armor. And the magic defense will be resistance to stun, to blood, whatever. Woo! All right. Okay, so now we have the raw damage. We don't touch this. Okay, I finally understood it. Thank God it didn't give up on me yet. So we're just going to use the raw damage, which is not exported because this is a calculated value. So we just use the raw damage of the weapon. So this is what it did. It just calculated the raw damage. So when we attack the enemy and the player is holding a weapon. You can say, okay, which weapon is the player holding? This. Okay, grab the raw damage and punch the enemy on the face. Take damage. Here we go. This is where things happen. Ooh, wait a second. Yeah, let me take the burn effect because we have the effects here. Right, okay. We have the burn effect. But these are effects. I shouldn't touch it. I shouldn't do the raw calculation here as well. So how do we do that? Because the burn effect is triggering this. And it's in the weapon effect. Where do I check for the weapon effect on the enemy here? Here it is. Okay, if the player is holding a weapon and a weapon has an effect, I apply the effect. And that plus I need to do the raw damage. So I'll leave the effect doing its thing. Then I'm going to hold the take damage with the player current weapon dot raw damage. So it's going to take both damages. So the effect separate, yes. So the effect, it is what it is, will not touch it. So this is the mechanic that is doing the whatever it is, right? The effect. It even adds the effect to the life bar, which I think was really nice. Okay, I don't know what this is. Do you remember? I think it was not me who added this, is group fire. Was it you? Or was it me? It was nice indeed. You mean the icons, right? Yeah. Oh, it is for the exploding guy. Oh. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the... Okay. So what I'm thinking of is, in this specific case, if whatever entered... Oh, can I remove it? Will not use it anymore? Because what I'm thinking of is that if the damage was... Oh wait, no, I think you confused here. This is the enemy taking damage. Right, or we are in the enemy script. I don't know what script for. Maybe you added that as a test for the weapon, for the fire weapon. Just remove it. Okay, let's remove it. And leave it for the... here. So the thing... automates all the enemies are taking damage. Oh, that's nice. Like an area damage that affects everybody. So okay. So if it's not a bullet, the enemy takes 12 damage. Do you remember why? But if it's a bullet, then it does this. Do you remember why we have this check of not a bullet? Because what I'm trying to separate here is that, okay, if the enemy is being attacked with a weapon, let's just do this. Right, and now, oh no, it's been attacked by a bullet. Because it was crushing, I was hitting guys with this. Ah, okay. Well, I think that this would be fixed in here. Wait, let me do something similar. So if the player is holding a current weapon, you do this, right? Else if area is a bullet, then it does this. No. Let's see if area is bullet. What? Expected conditional. Let's see if boom. Yeah. It's just a hack. Yeah. Okay. So then if it's not a weapon, then we check if it's a bullet. Then if it's a bullet, it does what it has to do. Then it kills free the arrow, which means the bullet. Fine. Good. We're good here, I think. So let's go and replay this thing. No, before we do that, let me print out the raw damage when I equip the weapon. Yeah. So if we do this, here, let's just to check out the damage, right? So weapon attributes, raw damage. Let's call it before, calculation, and after. So this should display 0.0 and this should display whatever the new value is. Let's check it out. New game. And by the way, amazing job, man. I loved it. It was really nice. And even here, it's not here. Where was it? Oh, I think it was in the menu, yeah. But awesome job there. And I love the chair. Their huge throne. Okay, so if we equip this thing, it should display 0 and 11. Very good. And it's 11 because it's using the anger. So let me unequip that. Mistake it, it's using the let me add some points to anger. So then now the value should be different. The damage should be way higher. There we go. So the before was 11, which is wrong. I should zero that out. I made a global theme. Awesome. 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 Very nice. Okay, I need to zero out the raw. But now you see that the damage now is 12. Okay, so now if we come here and we attack this bad boy. Ooh, nice. Okay. Raw damage base item. Good. I'm doing this. Which line? Enemy 214. Enemy 214. Current weapon. Item attributes. No, where is the raw damage? It's on the weapon. Okay, on the weapon. It doesn't belong to the item because the item can be anything else. Gregorio. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, you're green. Where's the red Gregorio? That no. Okay, equipping the weapon. Shabloims. 11 damage. Now we come here. So it takes, right away it takes 11. You see the life bar goes down by a chunk. And now it's taking fire damage. By another chunk. By another chunk. Good. Now let's hack the system and increase my anger. Which caused the player to cause more damage. When that happens, I need to refresh and a lot of things that must happen. So now the damage is 12 something. Really? Just like the other? Okay. So it is working. So now it's taking 13 damage instead of 11 as it was before. Is it correct? I'm testing. Ah. think if you have Prime, you can also do that. And here we go. It has to serve for turbo. What was you going to check? Oh yeah, the damage on the enemy. So it is indeed taking the raw damage. But let's confirm the confirmation. We see that the raw damage is being affected by that. But if we play and we attack, new game, yes. Grab the weapon, equip the weapon. That's taking 11. But if I go crazy and I increase my anger, or if I do it again, I think it's going to still be 11. Because I need to refresh everything. Then that should be another number. 12, good. Plus the burning damage. Finally, I got it, Cincinnati. Finally. Jesus Christ. And again, thank you for the patience. It's because I am... Let me do it the correct way then. Because of this. Now the flame sword should not impact the player anyhow. In any way. See, the stats are all 0. Let's do it again. Let me add some points. Won't change it, right? This number 10 here will be 10. Right? I'll not touch it. So let me do this. Let's see. 11. Because I forgot to unequip and equip again. Sorry. Now it's 12. See? Now if I add more points to my anger, it should increase. Yeah, so that's correct. Seems to be working. So let's see. Scaling tier is S. So it should be bigger, right? Wait, let's see. This. Wait a sec. The damage of the player is 20. We use that 20 plus the base damage of the weapon, which is 1, I think. Which is just 1. It doesn't have much. Scaling multiplier, right? So let's print out everything. What do you think about it? So print player damage, base stats, base damage. Print weapon damage is the base damage. We're not touching. And print multiplier is the scaling multiplier. And then we have the raw damage at the end. Points. It should at least add player's damage to weapon-based damage. Let's see. That is when I equip a weapon. So let me just equip the weapon as it is now. Boom. Player damage is 10. No, it's not 10, it's 20. Fuck off. Weapon damage is 1, multiplier is 1, raw damage. That makes sense. Because we have bunches of 1s. But why is the player damage 10? It's not 10. Oh, wait, it says 20 in the code. Maybe in the scene, in the resource, it must be 10. No. Oh. It's working. Yes, yes, it's working. But in Godot's defense, I made a change to the resource in the beginning. Maybe that somehow messed up everything. Let's see. Fuck you. Oh, it's showing 10. I'm sorry. Now it's me. Fuck me. Not fuck you. It's fuck me. There we go. I'm still able to move, but I cannot attack. Okay. We can think about it later. Oh, there we go. Now we're taking a huge chunk of life. Very nice. Now we add points to anger. And it should improve the calculation, right? Confirm, wait, it's all there. Now, because of unimplemented behavior, now there we go, multiplies 2.35. Is that expected? No worries. Is that 22 something you are expecting? Or should it increase more? $12. Wait a second. Wait, so maybe that is a bug. Because in the player, when the player equips the weapon, pressing in the anger, right? Let me print out the entire stats when I equip the weapon. Here. Let's see how it looks. So the anger level is 0, but let me add 6 points here. Boom. Added. So now when I equip the weapon, anger 6, pain 0, 0 damage. Okay. Now I think I'm still missing something. So I grab the origin of the weapon, right? The scaled attribute actually. I know it's anger. So then I go to the anger stats. So this the player is gone. We fixed the problem. Phrase those. Okay, here. We are scaling the anger. Good. gonna take a look at the original form. Okay. Oh, something is zeroing out the values. No, it's not. I'm doing it. No, that's correct. That's correct. Because I didn't add anger points. Firm. Unequip. Clear. Equip. Anger stats 9, so that's correct. So it's bringing the correct stat value. So it's returning me 9. So I used its stat value in the calculation of the scaling effectiveness, which is the stat value divided by the max level, which is 99. So it's 2 a magic number minus this. It's working fine, just need to tune it up. Okay. Yeah, the scaling, oops, I made a whistle here. So the scaling thing is as you designed. Another one. The scaling values, yeah, is the list. S, A, B, C, blah, blah, blah. Let me make sure. Maybe there's a problem here. The UI is looking so good. No, it's bringing the correct value. Yeah, so as you said, it's just a scaling problem because it's bringing the correct things. It just found anger because pain, fear are 0. It found the correct value, 6. It brought the damage. The weapon damage is 1. We can do like 20. No, not this. Oh my god. What is the base damage here? Now the base damage is a decent value, 53. I'm going to vaporize this motherfucker here. There you go. Hey. Yeah, we just need to balance things out, I think. Let's level up to 990 anger. Oh, here we go. And it's gonna take some clicks. Anyway, I should have like 100 points added here. Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I clicked like crazy. I'm still 39 points. But yeah, it's probably because the damage of the weapon was 1. Ah. Another yawn. So what we need to do now, let me just check one thing, I'm sorry, is the oh my god, is the raw damage update when we equip and unequip weapons, because that's not being updated, that's hard coded. Now we're good. Done with the skating. Hell yeah. Again, man, I'm really sorry. for being so hard to understand. My brain, I mean. I have a good brain, but it needs to need some push. I don't think you are. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, thank you. Bye-bye. See you later. So the weapon is okay, the attribute is okay. Like, I didn't change it. Talking about character panel, I also didn't change anything. It's so annoying that it keeps thinking I made changes to resources. Well, like clearly didn't. Yeah, I didn't touch the sausage code. The flame sword, I did make a change. The rest, I did not. The attributes, I change here. The stone and glow, I didn't do anything. Overhead. Hey. And it's not like it's hard at all. And by the way, if anyone here is not subscribed to my YouTube channel, can you please go there, just subscribe, and give it a thumbs up to help me with the numbers. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now what I have to do is I need to update the raw damage on changes. What kind of changes do I need to update the raw damage? So every time an attribute is upgraded, I need to trigger the raw damage of an equipped weapon. Hello, Verkane. This game is a top-down shooter adventure game with some touches of an RPG-like a mechanic. I'll show you in a minute. Let me just clean my glasses. And the game it tells the story of a soul that is in hell and it was given the chance to escape hell. And it's not just shooting your way up to Earth, right? So each level will have a different and specific mechanics regarding some human feelings like anger, frustration, pain, and etc. Chat on YouTube does not work. Really? Let me send you a oi there. Do you see my message? So over Kane, so the game is let me show you what we have for now. So it's not working 100%, but at least you have an idea. So this is a top-down, you see, heavy lighting effects. You can shoot, right? So you have the basic shooting ability. You have enemies like this, right? And you can kill them. You have items that you can find on the ground or the enemies will drop, so you can equip them, which will give you special abilities or something like that. So in this case, a flame sword will give you like a burn damage. So as you attack enemy, you see that the enemy life bar is burning. So yeah, this is what the game is about. The player escaping hell and going back to Earth. You have NPCs like this one where you can talk with and discover a few things. It's going to be story based as well, so there's going to be some reading required. And yeah, I'm working together with Cinespaddy, which is another streamer. Let me see if I can do a shout out. Shout out Cinespaddy. He is the one responsible for all the art of the game. I don't know why I cannot shout out to him. Cinespaddy. There we go. That's the one. If you are interested in art, he's the one doing all the art stuff. I'm the one focused mostly, if not only, in the coding part. So, you level up, for instance. You gain experience by killing enemies and whatnot. So this is me. See, you can experiment, changing the stats. So when you say, okay, this looks good, then you confirm using your points. So this is what I do most of the time. Do all focused on the mechanics. And right now we were working on the weapon scaling effects. It was very confusing to me, but it's working now finally. So we have weapons. Right now we have the flame sword for now, but we of course going to add more items with the different mechanics. We have the stun gun, which has like stun for 5 seconds, so the enemy won't be able to do anything, right? And you have different weapons. There are stats, special effects for bleeding, for burning, for stealing life. So we are creating more content for the game. I believe that the mechanics on what to do, or we're very close to end. Not to end, to at least release like a playable game for playtest. Yeah, let's see. And then during the playtest, we're going to collect a lot of information, like a feedback actually from the players, and see what we have to improve, make right the balancing and everything. And right now, what I'm trying to fix, I still have no idea how to, is so let's play it again, just so I can share what's the problem. So the flame sword, I need to do this as well. So the flame sword, when we equip the flame sword, it gives you a given amount of damage, right? So you can cause a certain amount of damage. As you can see here, when I attack, it goes like that. It's a lot of damage. But this weapon is chaos with my anger. So if let me add my fate points here. So now if I add anger points, this should increase the effectiveness of my weapon. But right now it's not. It's doing the same damage, you see. To make this work, I'm only calculating the scaling effects when I equip the weapon, which is bad. See how much damage it took now? So that's what I'm trying to fix right now. Every time I make a change to the player attributes, I need to inform the player and say, hey, there was a change to your attributes. You do have any equipped weapon? I do. Okay, so recalculate the scaling effects of that weapon. So then everything is applied. And for that, I think I already have the solution. If we go to the character panel code, this is this where it happens? That is a confirm button. Is it here? Confirm button, it is. So confirm button, nice. When you confirm the button, this happens. Player data managed, player save data, we save player data. Now we need to say, hey, player, you need to refresh your calculations there. You need to recalculate a few things. And for that to happen, I should probably send a signal. It's line 222. I don't have signals here. So let's go to the game manager. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go to the game manager. I think I need the. I'm gonna add it here, like a global signal. Signal, player stat, not stats. Player. Don't be sore. That's fun. Yeah, I have to think out loud, man. Otherwise, it won't work. So it's what should I say? It's when I save new stats, right? When I save player updated stats. But it's not updated stats. It's not updated. Confirmed stats. Naming is hard. Let's go confirm stats. Yeah. So game manager, player, stat. Oh, it's not a function. This is a function. Let me add a warning to ignore this. And let me add a comment. On this signal used to inform player or new stat. Is used no used to notify that player I see. Thank you for explanations. Can be fun implemented. Yes, yes. It will be fun. It will be a fun game, I guess. I had this game is I've been working on this for about an year, I guess. But not this one exactly. I was working on the first version of the game. It was extremely simple and ugly. Because I'm not an artist, I don't know how to draw anything besides basic shapes. So everything was geometric shapes. Right, the player was a circle, no effects, the enemies were squares. It was working, but it was far from beautiful. So I was working on that, but then I joined forces with Cinespetti, and he came with his new mindset and made the game funnier and more interesting to play. All these leveling up and everything, because mine was just shooting like crazy. You didn't level up or anything. Naming is hard. Okay, so when that happens, boom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the player and I need to connect the player to that thing, that behavior. What is the ready function here? Okay. Game manager, player confirm stats dot. Player confirm stats. I think I do need this function. I don't need to do anything embedded. Because I first need to check if the player has a quick weapon. Right? Here, so oh my crap. I see. Because this is equipping the weapon, so it brings a lot of information, right? It brings data. Okay, so what I need to do is basically this, is somewhat that. Um, and then I am going to see what can be. If current weapon equals null, then we simply return. If not null, then we use that current weapon. Blah, blah, blah. It means that the weapon is there. So we go current weapon, item attributes, blah, blah, blah. Then recalculate everything with the updated values. Good, good, good. Calculate weapon scaling. We're going to do this. Right, right. You did, welcome in. No, over. So we have the basic ability, which is the shooting thing. So this is you shooting, and this is the basic. And when we equip a weapon, that's what is used to attack. Right, so we have the weapons and the basic ability here. It may be confusing, but the basic is shooting, and then you can equip a weapon. So that's how weapon can be not equipped. Doggy, yeah, lots of those. I have lots of those. And maybe this could be. If there is no current weapon, do nothing. So then I can call this bad boy up there. Yeah. Here. Ooh, how is it that I call it again? I always forget. I cannot do it this way. It's just this, yeah. So in here I do this. Volumes. And that should be all. Calculate, we put that, blah, 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 blah. And it happens. Very nice. Let's print this dictionary. And let's print again the before scaling, the raw damage was this. And now after the scaling, the raw damage should be something else. Just to make sure that I didn't break anything. Boom. Let's play this out. Okay, so when I equip the weapon, boom, it was 0 and now it's 40. Good. Now, if I change the player anger level, this should change, right? So I change it. When I confirm, there should be more text here. Let's check it out. Bow. There we go. Hell yeah. It's calculating every time, not a problem. I can make the confirm work only when there are changes, when there are temporary values here used. And as soon as you confirm overcane, you cannot change it anymore, right? So basic ability is just until you will get a weapon. Yeah, and then no point to use basic ability if you drop a weapon, because it doesn't have its scaling from stats. So always will be worse than any weapon. No, there is we have plans on making these. So this is the basic for, let me unequip that. And this is the basic for the first level, which I do not remember the name. I don't know what the name is. I don't know if it's anger. So see here we have the basic attack, right? And if you press shift, you have a different type of attack, right? I have two basic attacks here, right? So these will be used for specific things. I don't know if in this level we have it, but I think that we do have on the main scene. Let me oops. Let me play. I think here we have it. There are places where, oh no, Sinesperi made a change. So there are places where you only have, you can push. It's kind of challenges some puzzles, see, in the game, where you have to push items, and then for that you have to use like this special thing. And this also pushes enemy, see? Pushes enemy. It causes a little amount of damage, but it pushes the enemy. But this one, oops, this one does not push, only heavily kills the enemy. I don't know if Sinspedi added it here. Let's see if I can find. So there is a door. Oh shit. The door. The game is far from being balanced, so bear with me. So there is another door. Yeah, but there are items that we already have. We have movable objects that the player will have to push to be able to access some areas in. Oh, we have some items there. You see, so we're gradually... Ooh, do we have something here? The game is very dark. Also, we're back there. A weapon durability planned? No. Not planned, but could be planned. It would be nice, right? So, but I couldn't find it over Kane. But there are objects that you have to push with your special ability, right, when you unequip the item. So you can... There was a bug somewhere. So you can progress on the map. Let's see. Oh, could have added the label right there. It's in the bucket of ideas, Mr. Godot. It's in the bucket. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Oh man, I'm doing many things, which is not ideal. But one thing is leading to another, so that's why. Okay, so now we know that when we equip, when we change the stats, you see that it's directly updating the stats on this kit. So, oh, and that's the one, right? Now we still need, okay, this is something else. So the scaling is correct. This is about the effect. So the problem is that I equip a weapon with an effect, and then I unequip the weapon and I shoot the enemy. The shooting is causing the burning effect. It's not good. So how do you think it would be nice, Gregori, to have the durability? It's broken, it's over? Or does it have to be hard or expensive to fix it? Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's been a while. How are you doing today, good sir? It goes well with crafting. What it costs mats for? Oh, yeah, that's another beast, my friend. I'm doing good, thanks. I'm doing good, good, good. Making progress on the game. Slowly, but constantly. Not constantly, but every day. About to finish the streaming because it's almost time to start working. Going back to the boring world. API development. That's out of it. If we're talking about being able to fix the item, then yeah, that's going to require more effort and planning. But if it just breaks, then it's easy. Okay, so we fixed the issue with the stats, but now we still have the problem with the stats not being displayed. Let's see if I can do that quickly. So if we grab the sword, we check the item here. You see that it doesn't display the scaling. So where is that? It's in the inventory, I think. Yeah. So this is the one. Who the hell are you? Boy. Okay, so I need to change this. The scaling. So the scaling, we have multiple scalings, right? A weapon can have one or more scaling effects. So that is going to, I didn't test that. Ooh. So that is going to require multiple of these HBox containers. I might do that here in this stats container. Yeah, as a Hurricane, exactly like that. Cinespat is a big fan of that game. I never played it. I know the game, but I never played it. And I'm not saying that to mock him or to criticize, because I think this mechanic is very nice. And we want to maybe in the future, if possible, to make this a game that is possible for you to have builds. Like you may build like a burning build, or maybe a bleed building, a bleed build, things like that. We plan on doing that work, and these stats are super helpful. So for each stat, I am creating it by hand. Eesh. But because this is simple enough, because the weapon stats is just a name and a number, so it's actually just a label. But on this case, I have the icon. I do not remember what the icon will be used for. There is an icon. Yeah. There is an icon there. I honestly do not remember what it will be used for. But there's going to be an icon and a label. Icon and a label. I think it's okay for me to create that. Something like this. God, my scrolling. Let's get stats. Let's create the get scaling. For now, let's pass and let's fake one here, right? Let's use this fake. This is, yeah. So this box container is going to contain these guys here. It can be just one label, I guess. It's 12A. I don't know what that stands. Oh, I know. It'll be like that. Where the 12 is going to be the requirement. Wait, this is going to specify the scaling, which is a letter S, A, B, C, D, E, and is going to specify on what that scaling is: anger, fear, anxiety, whatever. And it's going to be something like this: anger, 12, anger, S. Maybe this. How should that be displayed? Anger S. So like it's the highest scaling a weapon will have on the anger. But then I need to display like how much anger it requires. This. No, there will be. So there can be another item here that will be just like that. We can have like fear D and a requirement. How many points in fear you need. So let me start doing this. VBox. It's a VBox, that's correct. Let's move it up here and let's add this bad boy here. So now I can duplicate this, for instance. Yeah. But yeah, that's overcame. Yeah, that's correct. So you can come here, you go to fear, you go B, you go 3. See? Let me reuse this name in the proper place. This one is going to be the container, scaling container. I'm going to add, so I'm going to create any amount of these, which is an HBox container containing a texture rectangle, a label, and I'm going to add that as a child of this guy. Boom. Scale container. Let's go to the code. Let's refresh. Scaling container. Let's go back down here, get scaling. What we're going to do is we're going to check the item. We're going to check the item. The items of that item. The item has the attributes. In in this case is, yeah, scaling is just for weapons. It goes to weapon attributes. There we go. It comes here. And in here I have the scaling list. So I have the item attributes. So it's item attributes. And the item attributes would take me to this. And I have to check if this is a weapon attribute. So var weapon attributes attr, let's say, because I want to give it a type, weapon attribute. Here's this. So now I have I know that I'm dealing with a weapon attribute. So I can do weapon attribute.scaling list, right? I have a list of all the scaling that this bad boy requires, not you, character pad, right? So it can be the origin, which would be anger, fear, anxiety, etc. And the scaling, which would be the letter S, A, B. Yeah. I still don't have the requirement, so we can add that at another moment. So we need to loop over this. So for scaling in this, what we're going to do is we're going to create a bad boy here. So we have to create an HBox container. How do I create an HBox container? Ooh, thank you. I have the HBox container. Scaling label. Yeah, that will do. And I need a... This component works good with... It does. It works awesome. Sometimes it fails, right? It suggests you some methods that do not exist. But I use it as a super powerful autocomplete tool, and it works wonders. It's working very well. So I need an HBox container, and I need texture rect, right? It's going to be scaling image. Thank you. See, it's super helpful. So I need the texture rect and the label. Good. With the texture rect for now, I'm going to leave it. Crap. I need to add the icon to this, son of a bitch. But for now, I'm gonna leave it empty, right? Could be add scaling image. But for now, what we're going to do is scaling label dot text equal. No, it's going to be. Oh, but that's a good suggestion, because I did that for the weapon effects. Fire effect. Where is it? Burn effect. So burn effect. You see, I have added this, so I'm gonna do the same thing here on the scaling attribute. There you go. It's going to be what was my example? It's going to be the origin and the scaling. So it's just going to be the origin and the scaling surrounded by a number that right now I'm going to do 1. Yeah, so origin. This is going to display things incorrectly, I'm sure. Because the origin, both are enums. So they're going to display the numbers, not the values. So for instance, if the origin is anger, it's going to show 0 instead of the thing, right? So I'm going to do origin.keys, and this is a function, and then I'm going to use the origin index. Hey, there we go. The same thing for scaling keys, and then this bad boy. This should, I believe, yeah, scaling description. This should work. Okay, now what I need to do is hbox dot add child scaling image, okay, and scaling label. And now I need to do the scaling container dot add child and the hbox. Shabloims. Did I get it right the first time? I guess I need to switch to VS Code too. Does Godot integration with VS Code have some major? No. The only noise is the Alt tab that you have to do. So when you do that, you need to install this Godot tools plugin, right? You need to install this one. I don't know if I can get a link or something. Copy link. Oh, I can't share that with you. Sorry. But yeah, you install Godot tools and boom. And another good thing that it has, if you click here, it displays you the scene. See everything. So you make a change on Godot, you come here, you refresh, you have access to everything. Then you can click shift and drop things. It's amazing. One thing that I tell you not to do is, if you want to make changes to the struct of the game or rename things, don't do it here, because it will mess up everything in Godot. So if you want to add folders, add files, do it here, then refresh it there. Because I made many changes in VS Code, and then it would mess up everything when I came back here. It would start to ask me to reload stuff, and I broke many things. Because Godot probably has references that it keeps track of in here, and then make changes here and then go back there. But in code wise, you're good. Get scaling, so no annoyances there. And I love the Git integration. It has a debug which I rarely use, and it's great. It works super well. The embedded editor to me does not work. It's too small, it's confusing. The tabs for the scenes and then the tabs for the script. And I have access to Copilot, which helps a lot. We have LSP, so if you want to make a change here, you can press F2 and then you do this. It will change everywhere. Right. See the red change here failed. Okay, now back to normal. So you have a powerful LSP in VS Code. Everything just works. You don't have that on inside Godot, at least for now. What was I going to check? Oh yeah, this scaling. Let's go here. The weapon flame sword has a scaling. Ooh, it's not displaying. Look, why? It has one scaling at least. Oh, because I'm not calling the function. Here we go. Get scaling item. Yes, those tabs are terrible. There we go. Take that. It keeps adding. Woohoo! Why it keeps adding? Because I forgot to clean it up. So every time it gets called. When am I cleaning these up? Am I cleaning these? I am cleaning it up at some point. So every time I call this, I need to clear the scaling. Do I have a clear something? Clear item list, clear item. No, this is not what I want. I want to, yeah, I don't have that functionality. No, I must have, because it works here. The stats change works. At some point I am cleaning up. You see the special side? See, I'm cleaning it up. The same thing for this stat. I need to find where I'm changing that so I can reuse that. Stat container. Oh, here on item mouse. Oh, good. So it's not, it's scaling container. Boom. Is it efficient? I have no idea. Nice. So the stun gun has no scaling? It should. I think the stun gun has scaling. Let's go to the Halls of Solitude. Stun gun. Stun sword, actually. It has. No, it doesn't have any scaling. Or does it? And no, it doesn't have a scaling. Good, so it cleared it up. Well, let's add 2 scalings now. Let's add new scaling, which is going to be pain E. And let's go with another scaling for fear B. Boom. Save, play, new game, confirm this. There you go. Hey, bringing things correctly, not the image and the value. The requirement is always 10 for now, but I have to go. I would say it's a bit confusing that it's scaling requirements, but it shows them in order. Scaling, pain, level E, and the requirements is 10. You mean I should use what is the yeah. Weapon attributes. Yeah, but not least you brought me a point that makes sense. I'm using, I don't know, I need to, yeah, I need to think about it, but yeah. But yeah, now we have it being displayed. What I need to do tomorrow is add the requirements, right? Thank you, Bezos sucks. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hope everything is alright. Thank you for the sub again. Appreciate that. No ads for you, my good friend. No ads. Oh, did you? I need to keep... Oh my god, I'm sorry. I need to keep an eye on YouTube chat as well now. Yeah, don't forget. Yeah. I'm really sorry. I need to keep trying. I need to find a way to put everything in one place. Yeah. Our time is hard to. Even Sinisped, which is a friend who is working on the same game, it's hard to follow him. When he starts streaming, my meetings are just... The stream doesn't work. Ah. I'll check that, yeah. I tried that plugin you suggested me, but couldn't make that work. Don't know why. But yeah, so that's it, friends. I have to go, unfortunately. I have to start adulting, paying the bills. Yeah, man, it's looking very good and super challenging with all the items we're adding. It's very challenging to do. Today I finished a scaling thing. Jeez, it was hard for my brain to wrap everything. What about current weapon damage? Thank you for the follow, Overcane. Welcome in. Appreciate that. Damage will be shown. You mean the damage when I cause the damage to the enemy? We should probably display that. But the base damage, the one caused by this here, is this damage. So when you level up this, you will increase your damage. And so you go to hope, you see your damage is getting higher. Of course, not at all balanced, but yeah. And there is a bug here. I am decreasing the accuracy. And all the bullets, oh, look at that. The bullets are going everywhere. But now you cause more damage. See? So as you level up your hope, cause more damage, and your accuracy is getting worse and worse. Look at this. I made the calculation is all wrong there. But now you cause way more damage. So you have the base damage for this, and then you have the base damage for the weapon. And I need to display somewhere the damage of the weapon. The base damage. And then when you equip that, I'm going to show the base damage is 20 plus the scaling and everything. Now it is boom. Then it shows you everything. Right? Let me push the changes to GitHub. Got everything. This. Did I make an important change here? I did not. So not you. This is the boring side because it keeps thinking I made changes to the things that I did not, to resources. I think that every time I play, maybe Godot does something resource and just confusing. Add scaling to the inventory panel. Boom. That's it, my friends. So I have to go, unfortunately. Let's raid Sinisped. I'm assuming he is online. He is, alright. He's the so if you go there, Overcane, he's the one working on the game as well. So thank you, TBD. Have a great, okay, you as well, my friend. And thank you for the subscription. And Overcane, thank you for the conversation. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Tricky Lady, as always, thank you for being present. Sinispedi, I hope you have a great stream. Right, everybody, so thank you so much. Have a great day, be good, and everything's gonna be alright. Okay, so Godot, you're here. Forgot about you. I'm really sorry. Thank you for joining. Appreciate that. I see you on Sinispedi. Okay, bye-bye.